Greetings and welcome, future UWG education specialists. I'm Dr. Andrea Crenshaw.
And I am Dr. Stacy Britton.
And we are both advisors and professors in the program. We're so excited to welcome you to the program and discuss getting started with the program of study. So you may be asking yourself, what exactly is the program of study? Well, the program of study is a helpful guide that outlines the required courses for successfully completing the EdS program. Your advisor, once you are assigned, will email you a copy of your personalized program of study that outlines every course that is required for the program, along with when those courses are offered. There are a few helpful items to remember once you get your welcome email that includes your attached program of study. Again, you will be emailed your program of study from your advisor, and keep in mind that all advisors in the graduate program are also professors that you could possibly take as well for many courses. You will need to meet with your advisor for an initial meeting to discuss your program of study and map out a course of action for your program of study as you go through the program. You should not take any courses during your EdS program that you took as a master's student at UWG. So again, if you completed your master's at UWG, you cannot take any of those same courses while enrolled or for completion of the EdS program. Additionally, you must apply for graduation the semester before you plan to graduate. You will be provided a link to the graduation website with deadlines along with the application. So again, it is your responsibility to apply for graduation via the graduation website, not with your advisor. In order to complete the EdS program, you will be required to complete an oral examination the semester you plan to graduate. No need to fear or worry because, again, that course is outlined on your program of study, and once you enroll in the course, you will then receive information about the oral examination. So you don't need to ask or inquire about the oral examination prior to enrolling in the course. You will get everything you need once you enroll in the course. And then you are on your way to successfully completing the specialist program here at the University of West Georgia. Now, Dr. Stacy Britton will go into detail about how to complete your program of study.
Okay, so you've got a little bit of an overview of what that program of study looked like. I'm going to blow this up a little so we can see it. And as this was mentioned, this will come from your advisor. You will have a unique one for yourself. You will put your name in it, your 917, which is your ID used by the university. And as you look at this, it gives you the hours that are required. You can use it to record your grades and write in the semesters that you plan to take the courses. But the first section is the professional education sequence. And this one is students as learners. If you notice, there are two requirements here. Option one, there are two courses that you can choose from. It doesn't matter which one of these you choose. You just have to figure out what fits best into your schedule. As you notice, some of these have dates. So 7285 is only offered in the summer. 8562, which is this next one, is only offered in the summer. So plan your schedule around when these courses are offered. As we move on down, societal issues. There are two sets of courses in this. The first one, 8272, everyone in the specialist program is required to take this. It's offered only in the spring. And for number two, you have a series of courses to choose from. Most of these are dealing with special issues in education. If you look at the first one, 7285, Teaching as Activism, this is only offered in the summer. You can look at the course schedules and figure out when these are offered and attempt to schedule that into your program of study. Then we move down into classroom issues. 8271, again, is required of all students. It's only offered in the fall. And as you look at number two, selecting one of the following. These are mainly your content courses. So if you came to UWG as a master's student, you cannot use the courses that you took as a master's student. So for example, I teach science methods. If you took my course 7260 as a content course for your elementary master's degree, you can't take that same course for your EDS. You have to choose something else. You are responsible for making sure you take the correct courses. If it comes to the end and you tried to take a repeat course, you'll have to take another class. So make sure you're paying attention to what courses you're signing up for. All right. And then the final section of this is research and inquiry. These have to be taken in order. We suggest the EdS courses, you try to take the same professor. So that means ed research design and theory and practice. Try to take the same person because you will be able to understand their teaching style from one course to the next. They will have a better perspective of who you are as a student, and it will allow you to build on what you've already learned. So it's not required, but we do recommend taking the same professor. And then we have the professional seminars offered every term. And as Dr. Crenshaw mentioned, 8200, your oral exam. This is taken in the last semester. Okay, so additional things to think about here. 8272 or anything from the classroom issues should be taken early in the program. Okay, so maybe your first semester, second semester. ECED 6290 or 6301 are required prerequisites for that Ed Research 8301. If you haven't taken it, you probably need to take one of these two before you can get into that class. And then again, 8301 is required before you can take 8302. And I've mentioned letter D already. All substitution courses have to be at least a 7,000 level. So if there's one up here that you're interested in taking, but it's not on this list, make sure it's a 7,000 course. And if all else fails, check with your advisor, but you're really the one that's in charge of this program of study. Obviously, you've gotten into the EDS program, so that means you have a certificate in early childhood and a master's degree. Hopefully, you will also have had 3 years of teaching experience. The reason we ask for that is because you need to have some knowledge of the way things work in the classroom and in the schools before you can sufficiently do research. Okay, and then we have dates to remember. Remember, semester before you graduate is when you apply for graduation. For the fall semester, that would be August 1st. Spring would be October 1st. Summer is March 1st. Once you fill out the program of study, this is your guide to register for classes. Once you meet with your your advisor in the very beginning and you've set this up, you shouldn't have to contact them again. We've arranged it so that you know what you're taking and you're in charge of your own destiny. You can take up to 6 credit hours in the fall and spring. You can take 9 in the summer. My recommendation is that you still take 6. These courses are pretty intense and they require a lot of work and time. And if you want to get the most out of it, you should take that time to do well with it. And then obviously, again, your oral exam is the semester you graduate. And if you're in 8200, you should be registered for graduation. So that's pretty much the unpacking of your program of study. And now we wish you the best because you are on your way to a new degree in education. Thanks for choosing the University of West Georgia.